Manor Lords just released a huge update and the game changed completely. It's not fully released yet, it's just a beta patch, so there is a lot of bugs. But the good news, everyone can download it and try it out right now. And if you have any problems, let me know in the comments and I will guide you through how you download it. And if you played Manor Lords before, the game really has changed completely. So whether you are a beginner or a returning player, I highly recommend you watching this video so you can get the best possible start in the new update. And as always, if you want to stay updated on everything new with Manor Lords, I release a video every time there is a new update on this game. So you know what to do, take that axe and throw it at the subscribe button for more Manor Lords news. And right now we are trying to reach 4,000 subscribers. So if you want to be part of this community, you know what to do. And if you want to be an even bigger part of this community, then join the Discord. It is completely free. The link is in the description. And I, together with the whole community, cannot wait to chat with you about this new update. In this video, we're playing as Norse. We're using this portrait, and obviously we are choosing the Viking axe and the blue and yellow colors for Sweden. Let me know in the comments where you are watching from, and we are going to drop a pinned comment on every single video on this series, letting everyone know with your flags where you are watching from. For the settings, we are using the default settings and we are playing on the map Divided. We are using this as our starting location because this is a great start for a beginner. We have a flat area, so it's easy to build, and there is still a huge hill in our region where we eventually will build a castle. And since this series will focus on farming, we are choosing a location with a rich deposit of farming. Alright, so we just loaded in to the map here, and one thing that I want to be clear about, these are resources, and farming is not really a resource. It is, if you press here on the construction tab, you can see this, and you can see the fertility for farming, and you can see that we have all the green when we press right here. But if we go for this region, we only have like a couple of spots right here. Then you know that this is a farming region. You see the difference right here? And you can also use barley. Yeah, you see the difference right there. Only red, and yeah, a lot of places where it is actually pretty green. So we know this is a farming region. There's also another way you can see that is by looking at your resources that you have. So you can see there's a crown. That means that this is a rich deposit. You have a lot of it. If you only have one crown in your region, I think there's one more resource right there. Yes. So you have all your resources right here. Only one crown, that means this is a farming region. If you go to this region, you can see you have two of them. And these are rich resources. This means this is not farming. So you can do that with all regions, like right here. No rich resources. Yeah, look at this. So only one crown, that means that this is a farming region. Yes, look at that. So that is how we figure out how we get a farming region. We probably will not get into farming too soon here, but this whole area will be a farming region. So the first thing we want to do here when we load into Manor Lords is pause the game, just now since we're doing the beginner's guide, and you want to order an ox. So just press here on the hitching post and then order the ox. The ox right here is the only living thing in this game that can drag these logs, and logs is needed for everything. That means if you cut down a tree here, you have to go and get the ox and then go back and grab the log and then bring the log wherever it needs to go. So very crucial to speed up the game, get oxen. That was my first mistake when I played Manor Lords, didn't get enough oxen. They cost, I would say, a lot of money now in the beginning, but like late game is no worries at all. You're spending 20 regional wealth. Alright, so let's get into this top bar right here. We can see right here we have 5 unassigned families. It's these folks that are, well, not living really, but surviving right here. This is assigned families. If you need to build, you need to have unassigned families. One is enough. The more you have, the quicker they build. Right here, eventually, we will see how many spear houses we will have so families can move in. So if we have 5 families and we have 6 houses, then we have 1 more house right here. That means that 1 new family can move in. And you always want to have, if you're growing your town, which you might not want to do late in game, but if you're growing your town, which we probably will do throughout this playthrough, you always want to have multiple, well, a couple of empty houses. This right here is your approval. This has to be above this green level right there for a new person to move in. And if you keep it around like 80, 79-ish, then you get 2 families each month that do move in. Public order we're not going to get into because that feature is not really in the game just yet. And here's the regional wealth, which is needed to buy oxen. You also need it to unlock trade routes. And this can eventually be transferred into the treasure. We're not going to dive too much into this right now because we will learn by doing later in this game. And here's another important thing. You can see that we have 1 oxen, no horses, no mules, and no other animals. With oxen, you can see in the top right corner that we have 1 out of 1. That means that we have 1 stable space basically. That means that we need more hitching posts like this building right here, because if that ox is coming here, because now we just ordered that ox, that will be delivered to us automatically. It will take some time, but once it comes, if it doesn't have a hitching post, it will run away, and then we basically wasted 20 regional wealth. We don't want to do that. And then here, the most important part of this series is this. You want to keep an eye on this. We have 3 months of food before our families starve to death. And we have no fuel consumption. That will change as soon as we start building houses. Then we will need more fuel. So the first thing we want to do here is to look at where we have our resources. And the most important part right now is having these 2 right here. This is the 2 options that we have for food early game. And there are 2 things I highly recommend you do when you load into this. And the first thing is to build a road around the hunting grounds. You just do it by doing like this, like so. And now that is surrounded with roads. If your hunting grounds or wild animals is way over here, you can go into the construction tab and you can press on the hunting camp right here. And if you build this in this, you can see right here that this will cause a migration. Then they will move. So you want to get this hunting ground as close as possible to your houses right here. The next thing we're going to do here is that we will go into the farming tab. We're not going to start farming, don't worry. But in the pasture settings, we're going to go in and build a pasture around this. And you want to go as far as possible as you can around this before it goes straight above or across. So like this, and then press and then continue all the way around as far as you can. And then connect it like this. This will remove the trees and it will look kind of dumb. But the best thing is, sometimes when you cut down trees in this area, these would accidentally move. And we don't want to move them. And by having this road, or more importantly, the pasture, they will always stay here. So I kind of like the idea too. If you're breeding, I guess, bunnies or hares or whatever that is, it is realistic to have a small little fence around it. I don't know. Let me know in the comments what you think. The next thing is the mushrooms, which we will do the same thing. And we cannot really see where these mushrooms are. So if you go into the gathering tab, press on the forager, and you can see these white dots popping up right here. That is the mushrooms. So what we want to do is, we don't want to build anything right now, but you see mushrooms right there. If I build this here, we will remove some of the mushrooms. So we want to protect these with all cost. So now they disappear. So this is kind of a guessing game. But you go into the farming tab. And if you're not sure, it's better to make it big. Maybe not like this. But we know they're here somewhere. So you can do like, I would say like, you can actually use that road. That's fine. Now, all the mushrooms is protected in here. Here's a mushroom right there. And let's build this. There we go. So now we have a farming area in here. Looks kind of dumb. But again, importantly, if we cut down trees here, or if we plant trees here, these will go away. And this is your food resource, and you do not want to get rid of that. Now I think we're set to go to start getting everything set up. And we need to first get the resources. Look at this. The resources is laying right here in the open. And we do not want that. We want to get these into a granary in the storehouse quickly. So what you could do is just get a road from here to connect down here. Alright, good. Now, resources. They need to be protected because when weather is hitting us with some rain, these will be destroyed. So you will go into the logistics tab. You want to press here on the granary, and I will actually build that. Like normally it would be wise to build it right here because they can just pick it up and put it into the granary really quickly. Walking distance in Manor Lords is crazy expensive, but since we will have a lot of food in this area, I'm gonna build it right over here, and then I'm gonna, for first time ever, press a normal speed because now they will start working. We again have to build this other hitching post, which is here in the logistics tab as well. But right now, I'm not going to stress it because that oxen will take some time before it gets delivered to us. And then this tab right here, this is all our resources. We're not going to get too much into that just yet because there's a lot of resources. And I think we will just learn by time. But one thing we need to learn right now is the timber. Without timber, we cannot build anything. And there's only one building that can give us more timber, which is this. This costs 2 timber and 1 tool. So we cannot build buildings right now, like burgage plots or whatever. So we have 0 timber because we always want to place this down, which we will do very soon. But build this first, the granary. Next to the granary, I will place the storehouse, which is not the woodcutters, the storehouse right there. And we're just going to place this right there. And another thing I always want to place down when this is building is to go into the residentials, and right here you can see the marketplace. This is where they will sell the food to everyone that is living here. So you want to place this down, and I just do it like this normally, and you can see that we could fit, what's it, 10 locations right here. So we can have a total of 10 families working here, and they will put up stalls on this. Then we need to expand, and by pressing right here you can see that we have a high demand of market stalls. And once we get market stalls up, this will go up. They will be very happy with food on the market. But since they are homeless, basically, that will also be negative. And that is one of the things that they changed in the game. If you get negative approval or good, they don't last as long. So it's more affected of the newest happenings, or whatever you call it, in the city. So keep that in mind. Now, we have 4 timber, but I think it is time to build this other tree plantation going, and that will be placed right here. So I'm gonna have this here, and I'm actually gonna pause this building. That means they're not building this because they need to finish this first. So I'm speeding up the game here by pressing X, and once they're finished here, I'm pressing Z, and then, well, I'm on my keyboard if I wasn't clear. And then here on the granary, if you add a family by just pressing here, they will start setting up a market stall. I'm actually just gonna have 3 of you guys. I'm not gonna allow them to have a market stall right now because we need them to go and get the supplies over here. Here we go. And just continue building, and once this is building, or this is done, can we just get this with the highest priority? And there we go. Now we're running out of food because they're transporting it. But there we go. Now this is finished as well. I want to put a family in here as well. Probably remove 1 from there. So we have 2 families in each right now. That means that these families, as you can see, are assigned. And we only have 1 unassigned family. And that unassigned family need to go over here right now and build this lodging camp. So let's get a road to connect right there. And let's see here if the other ox is coming. This, by the way, is just... yeah, it's Mr. Hildebolt saying hello. Diplomacy in this game is not developed just yet, so we're not going to dive too much into that. There we go. So food is still only 2 months. So once this is up, I really want to start getting some food, but also some timber, because right now we have only 2, and that is obviously a problem. And keep an eye on this. If you press here, we can see that all the food is in storage right now. So I'm going to remove 1 from here, and then I'm going to allow 1 market stall, which means there should be setting up 1 of these stalls. Let's see here. Where first of all, this. They're very happy with the demand here. You know what? I'm just going to remove 1 of those families as well. That way we have 2 families in there and then 3 families working to build this. And while they're building that, I also want to set up this new hitching posts. And I like this hitching post to be pretty close to the lodging camp, which we will move, by the way. It will probably not be here in the late game. We will move it. But whenever I set that up, I want a hitching post close to this. Because like I said in the beginning, once they cut down trees, they have to go here and get this ox. We don't want them to go all the way over here to get the ox, to get the log right there, right? So keep that close to the lodging camp. And we're pressing X to speed up the game. Now we have room for 1 more ox. That actually did move there right away, because that is closer. And now we're just going to get 3 families in here, because right now we're not building anything at all. So we can have unassigned families. And we're just going to speed this up so we can get those logs. Having unassigned families is temporary, because you always want to have a couple of them unassigned. And now we're going to start thinking about housing. And I think a good way to build houses would probably be right behind this. So what I want to do is just get a road and then connect this down here. And this road can actually just go up and connect here. And this road can go up and connect there, I guess. This will be an area for housing. We have 8 timber right now. That was pretty quick. So we will remove 1 family from here. Again, if you're watching right now, drop your favorite tip for a beginner in the comments right now. And again, if you're still watching and if you are enjoying this, there is only this part 1. There will be so many more parts on this series. So yeah, you know what to do. Go down there and press that subscribe button. So Burgers Plus is right here in the residentials. And you just do this the same way as you did these fields. So go up here and go around. So here's a couple of important parts right here. We don't have enough goods, so we need 12 for this. But this is giving us 6 houses, which means that we will have an extra family that can move in here. And we want to have that down as quick as possible. So as soon as this is built, there we go, yes. As soon as this is built now, we have to think about both food and fuel. But right now, just have that built. And here is the first rain, folks. Luckily, we have the supplies in. So yeah, we're pretty good. And now back to the resources right here. The mushrooms are growing right now. It's actually pretty good that this is a rich resource. But they're growing. And they will grow until autumn. Then they will stop growing and then will just disappear. Oh wait, they might stop growing in the summer. Are they growing in the summer? Yeah, I think they're growing in the summer. Then they will go away. So this will only give us food in the summer time. In the winter, we don't get any food here. So we do need to keep that in mind as well. And now when we have houses built, there are a couple of things else that we need to get, which is also water, a well. So we press the well here. Some suggest that you check this first. Like if you press here, you can see where all the water is. You can only build this where the water is. Some people suggest that you check this first. I don't, because you will always find water somewhere. And when you do expand, I mean, they will reach the water. But we actually have a pretty good spot right here. So I will place the water right there, and that will be built pretty quickly. We have 7 timber, good stuff. And now we need to think about the food, because we have 9 months of fuel. In wintertime, the need for fuel is twice as much in winter, so we need to keep that in mind. But we have 9 months. Food, not so much. So for food, we want to go into the gathering tab again. And here's the mushroom and berry pickers. And that will be placed probably actually on this road right there. So please have that built as well. And they're moving in here. Nice. Very good. And then for this area right here, I'm going to keep this road as it is. Because for this area, I'm going to do a backyard extension with apples or something like that. Because for those backyard extensions, you saw when we were building these houses, we had a little icon right here. That means that in this house, we can add a backyard extension. Like food for chicken, veggies and whatnot. And when we do upgrade the house here, we can make them into bow makers and whatnot. So yeah, we're gonna dive into that later. That's why I'm not mentioning it right now, because if you are a beginner, I don't want to overwhelm you, because there is a lot of stuff in this game. But always keep a guy here in the lodging camp. 1 is actually enough. The rest can actually start building, because the more unassigned families you have, the more they're building, right? or the quicker they build. There we go. This actually needs to hurry up and being built as well. And now we have reached the second level. You can see this is blinking right here. It is blinking because we can upgrade, but I'm telling you that this is blinking because we need to rename this city. Let me know in the comments. I want a good Viking themed name. Let me know in the comments and we're gonna name this city. Again, I might do the voting poll in Discord, so if you haven't gone there yet, go and sign up. It's completely free. You can chat with me in different chat groups. It's a lot of fun. And you can also vote what this city will be called. But you can, again, leave suggestions in the comments. All right, so here's some perks that we get now whenever we do upgrade. So there is no development tree any longer. They have not shown you what you can get here yet. So the only thing we can see, even though we upgrade the city a lot, we can only see this. So here you got to pick whatever you want and whatever is fitting for your region. So I like this because it has small holding and I like planting trees. That's how we make a lot of money. Efficiency farming at elevation. Well, we won't have that much elevation here. Cheaper animal imports, doesn't really care about that. And mining speed, yeah. This is not going to help us too much. So I might actually go for the small holding. This has been my go-to since they released this because I love planting trees, so we can get a lot of planks and we can make money. So we're gonna unlock this right now. We haven't started planting trees just yet, but I do suggest that you start doing that pretty early at least. All right, we're gonna speed this up and get this built. Now we have one spare family that can start working here right away. There we go. And he's gonna start picking those berries like a madman. So if you press here on the people's tab, you can see they're going in here, picking those mushrooms. Very good. And we are filling up this nicely. And oh, whoa, look at the months of fuel. So this is what I mean. We got to keep an eye on this. But luckily, since we don't have that many families here, it is pretty easy to just get the supplies under control. However, right now we only have one more family that can move in here. And that's going to happen as soon as we hit the next month. Because we have happiness above 50. As you can see right there. So instead of building this woodcutter's lodge right here, which would be a good idea, I am going to build another house because we want to expand as much as possible. So when we're building this is going to be a huge farm. So if you press here on the negative, you can see that we decreases the amount of houses. I could actually do one, but sometimes they don't have enough time to plow this huge field unless we have a level 3 house. But I'm going to do like this. There's going to be two pretty big veggie farms right there. You can see that we can add eventually a second family to live here. So we'd have 2 families work in this field. And you can see right here, this is the icon that shows us that we can actually have a field here. So let's place that down. We have a new message as well. And this is just a weapons delivery, which we need to go in here right now and check. This is the army tab. And if you press here, well, we can see first of all that we did get some shields and spears. So we cannot build these. These are swords and small shields. So no. We gotta press the spears. And here, look at this. We have 10 units. So if you zoom out here, you can see the map and you should be able to see one of these. And one thing that I learned pretty late, so I'm gonna mention this again. These hunting camps, you get influence for taking. And what do you need influence for? Well, if you want to claim a new region here, you can see that we need 1,000 of it. And here's the thing that I'd learned. So in the beginning, I did ignore these. So Hildebolt, like our foe, he did attack them and took them out. Well, one thing I learned is that he actually got the influence from taking these out. And then he eventually started claiming regions a lot quicker because he had a lot of influence. So not only do you want to take these out as quick as possible because you get some money sent to your region, you want to take them out so Hildebolt doesn't get the influence and start taking over the map. Because that is Manor Lords. You want to take over all other maps here. And if Hildebolt does it before you and eventually he takes your region, you lose. So yeah, very important tip right there. Let me know if you learned something new about that. Because it took me ages before I learned that. Now, 2 months of fuel. And the food is building up to 6 months. Look at that. Very good. Now, let's go over to the fuel, which is in here in the gathering tab. And I will place this right there. Because then we will have this as a tree planting area for woodcutter. I'm just going to get a road to show where they will plant trees. There we go. They will plant trees in this area, and this woodcutter will cut them down, right? So maybe also get a nice little road to connect over here. There we go. So in this tab as well, you can see the forester hut. This is probably one of my favorite buildings in this game. And you can also saw the little blinking going on right here. That means that we have 6 families living here right now. Yes. So that is perfect. So this forester hut, my favorite building, plants trees. So this guy and the lodging camp, if they get new trees around here, they won't have to walk as far and walking distance in this game. Yeah, you know what I'm gonna say. You want to limit it as much as possible. So there we go. They're build. We have a lot of timber. And very good. For this side right here, I'm gonna set up the charcoal area, and that's gonna be our money making in this first region, because money is very important. We need to set up the regional wealth. So what I want to do is get a charcoal down as well. I wonder if we can do that right now. Do we need planks? I might. Yeah, it's this industry tab, and then here, yeah, only timber. Good. So this guy will take the firewood from here and make charcoal out of it. And 1 charcoal uses 2 firewood. So that's why charcoal is good. It's going to keep them warm. And that will be placed. We have a storehouse right here. Eventually in the late game, these families that work here will have their own storehouse. So that's why I'm trying to figure out how we want to build this. But I'm going to have this here. And eventually I might actually get 2. Might actually get those down right away. Because then it's going to be easier to build houses here. So there we go. Get those down. And then just get the road around this, like so, and connect down here. The new storehouse will be built here eventually. But for now, they will use this. And the spoilage in this system, in Manor Lords, is based on percentage. So right now, we have 33 out of 500. If you upgrade this with planks, which we're going to get into soon, then we will get 2,500. And 33 out of 2,500 is a lot less than this. That way we will keep more food. So we do want to get that upgraded as soon as possible. This also needs planks. Alright, good. Planks. Planks. Alright, speed up the game here, and hopefully we will finish this right now, because right now we have no more room for more families. So we need to make this the highest priority to get those done. Very good. And this is the wood cutting area. Very good. And we will need some houses for this area as well. So what I want to do is to go into the burgage plots again. We have 6 houses. That's not a lot. And we have 2 months of fuel too. But I'm not really worried about the fuel, because this is a pretty small town. But well, look at this. You see right here, we have 3 houses without an icon. That means that someone will live there, but there won't be a chicken coop or whatnot for the late game. And you want all your houses to have this. Very important. However, I'm going to make that a bit bigger so we can fit 4. Can we make 5? Can we do like this? 5 would be better. We can. We're missing 1 more timber. And look at that. They moved in so quick. Insane. Very good. So can we just get that last timber? There we go. Now, we do want to keep an eye on the army. Once we have, I would say, 18 maybe, then we're going to deal with these. Very important to do that early in this game. So you want to keep an eye on whenever families do move in. Now, 1 month. We're pretty much screwed here. So you... oh yeah, I should probably be more clear here. Normally, you can just assign a family doing like this. Yeah, we don't want to do that. I always go into the house, press on the People's tab, and you can see right here, we have 3 family members. And if you press here, we can reassign them manually. That means that these guys, press here on the People tab, on this woodcutter, we can press on the house, we can see they're living right here. That means they're living here, walking to work here, and then the marketplace is right there. Super efficient. That's the only way they should walk, unless we get a church. They will go to the church and pray. So churches will also be spread out in our realm, but for now they will be working right here. Very good. I'm not going to man anyone in that forester hut just yet, but we do want families in there eventually. Now, to speed this up even more, I'm going to get this guy also to be in this woodcutter, but only temporarily. As soon as we get some firewood, I'm going to move you into the charcoal kiln. And this area will be fired up and ready. We do want 1, 2 in here, and 1, 2 in here, and the other one will be forester right here, so we can actually cut down firewood. Maybe I do actually want a storehouse over here. But yeah, there we go. Now we have this set up. Very good. Now we need to start thinking about the area for where we cut down trees, which I might actually wait a bit for now. Now the family moved in. Good. So it's very important that we finish these now so we can have even more families move in. And this family that does move in here, temporarily, I might, you know what, let's actually wait back and see here. Yep. I'm gonna place you in this, the forester hut. And this I will do all the time right now. I will manually assign families like this, because right now I will not press this any longer. So that time is over. But you can see right here, we're not really picking up all the mushrooms. So getting more families in here is going to speed that up. Once we have this filled to 50, they will not pick more mushrooms or berries. So you always want to have families in here to go and pick or empty out their pantry right here. Because as always, you can see 50 or 2,500 eventually. Much better to put it in there. Food is at 10 months. Good. Soon we're going to get into the wild animals as well, but I think this is a pretty good start just to get the charcoal kin going. So we can start getting some money here. Let's see here, firewood 16, good. So now I might actually just wait until we have families moving into this area before we get this up. So we're going to start by, we are going to need some stone soon. We have stone rubble. You know what? It's time to get some planks. Planks is essential for this game. So let's see where we can build up our next little town area. I think we can just continue this road like so. We just heard that bell ring. I mean, the lodging camp needs to be placed somewhere else. That is actually going to be more crucial to move that right now. So I think if we just get this road to connect to this one, I think we can have our lodging camp area over here. That means that we will need families to live here somewhere as well. So I'm just going to zoom out a bit here so we can place down houses probably in this area. I think we can fit houses right there, because when we build a working area over here, we want houses pretty close so they don't have to walk. But again, we still have 4 houses right here empty, so they will have to move in there first before anything. But there we go. Charcoal kin is now up and running. Another family just moved in as well. Good. I'm going to place you into another one right here. So now both of these are working in these two, and we just manually assign these guys to do that. Perfect. Firewood, let's also keep an eye here. Okay, they're actually doing pretty good at emptying this. Probably because they're getting the charcoal. And that is very good. So, the next part is that we actually want to start selling this charcoal. So, I might actually just pause the game here because I think we have enough armies. And before we build that area, I'm going to build in the logistics tab. Here's the trading post. This is what's going to make us money. And this I might just temporarily place here. And we're going to move that eventually. And then we're going to go back into 17 burr. 3 more houses. Okay. Before we build this area, or houses here, we're going to go out to war. So while we're out to war, I'm just going to have 1 and 2 built. And we want to have 2 of these down because you can see right here, they have a storage of 28. And these are the only buildings that can store lodging camp. And again, if the storage is full, they will stop working. And we don't want that, right? Alright, let's see if we can start making some money here. If you go right here on this tab, you can see we have 20 spare militia. So press on the rally tab, and you want to rally these guys right here. The most important part is press this. We don't want to run. So now we have, how many folks is living in our city? We have, is it 20 men and 10 females? So 30 people. Am I getting that right? Total population? Yeah, 30 families are living here. So here's why you don't want to really do this. We have 30 families, or some just moved in. 31 families. 20 of those folks are out in the war right now. That means they're not back home working. So everything back here right now will be slowed down like crazy. And that is not good. So yeah, keep that in mind when you do move out. Look at this. We have a lot of firewood, which means that this family now, I think one of those families is this one. Yeah, you're working as a firecutter worker. Now, we can actually do this and reassign this family into this forester hut. And then in the advanced tab, I will tell these guys by just holding control on my keyboard and then scrolling either way on my mouse. And just tell these guys to place trees in this area. They will not place trees in here. If they do, these guys will go away, but right now they're in the pasture, so that will not happen. So we do need to start placing down trees here because these guys are pretty quick at chopping them down. Pretty good job. All right, army is gathered here. Good job. Keep on walking here. We're going to go and see if we can get those outlaws right here. We don't want to fight them in the forest because, as you can see, in the home region we get plus 90. So we could try to bait them to come home all the way here. I've seen folks do that just to get the like, we don't want to kill these guys because then obviously the production will be less because there are missing people here. But if we fight them in the region, it's going to be a lot longer for them to run back and forth here a bit as well. So it all comes down to what you think is the best strategy. I usually just put them right here outside the forest, get up a shield wall, and just cut these guys down here, and then get the supplies. I don't recommend going back and forth, but you do whatever you think is the best. Here's the hill too, by the way. This is where we're gonna build the castle. Look at this hill right here, and all the farms will be down here. That's gonna look so beautiful. All right, so now we have reached this camp right here, and you can see they're pushing out. So you want to do is stand your ground, probably try to get into good position here, and then do a shield wall. Here comes the last unit right there. Just in time. Oh, there's one more missing right there, but that's fine. I think we should be able to handle these. We have better troops here. Let's see if we should probably not do a spaghetti line either. Let's see if we can do a thicker formation like this. That should help us. We don't want to be double teamed by their units. What, where are you go? Oh, there. All right, you know what? They're not to 17. I want to reposition my lines here. Come here. Reposition. Go back. Come back. Go back. Fall back. Oh, you can definitely do this before the update. All right, just rush in. Just do whatever you do best. We can't really do tactics here. As long as we don't lose any men. We lost 19. It's not good. We are surrounded here. We're down to 15, 13. Ah, this is a close one. No more men, please. Yes. We lost only 2. That's pretty good. Now, rush here. Claim this. There we go. And now we have 2 important decisions to make. If we choose to send this to the regional wealth, we will build this up. If we send it to the treasury, we will build this up. We never want to use this against for outlaws. So what we want to do is to get this in the treasury. Because right here in this, we can hire mercenaries. And this is coming from the treasury. So that way, next time we see a bandit camp, we can just hire these guys and they can go and kill them. We can get the influence, we can get the money, and these guys will be back home working, right? So we go in here right now and we're going to send this to the treasury. The next time, however, I might actually send this to the regional wealth so we can get a better boost there. Because right now we are on the brink of getting the trade going, and then we don't really need the money here. For the long run, it's much harder to get the money in here than here. So I usually recommend you doing it into the treasury. Let me know what you think in the comments. Now, we only have one more house that did move in here while we were gone, which is pretty good. That means that I can go in with this family right now that is on the side and place him in the trading post. Same with you. Trading post, both of you. In the trading post, this is the reason why we saved this. Because in the trade, in the fuel, you can see charcoal, which we will overproduce very shortly. That costs 30 regional wealth to unlock. And why we do need to unlock this? Well, because this is a major trade. If these folks in our city is going to be able to trade these, then we need to unlock this. There we go. Now we're going to tell these guys to keep 50 of these and then just sell the rest. So that's pretty good. I think that should be fine with fuel. Sell the rest. We have way too much firewood right now. That will probably be fixed once these get going. I might just add one more into this. For now, that's fine. Now, look at this. Look at this. Look at this. Our men is on their way back. Oh, they might actually have to... Oh, you know what? I don't want these guys to fight because I don't want to lose more men. Down to 8. It's actually in this region. This has never happened to me before. I was thinking about pulling out... What is this region called? Tannen... Yeah, that name right there. So if you go into the army tab again, mercenaries, can we get some... Yeah, we cannot even get the units from here. Usually go for these. Goopberg is way over here. So mercenaries would come from this region, and they're not going to be able to reach here. So for the first time ever, I might just have to get these guys in here and get their second fight going. So we are going to position ourselves right here, and we're going to do a defensive stand and do a shield. Okay, shield wall like this, please. 2 lines. Hopefully we will do better this time when we have a 2-man wall. Oh, jeez. New family moved in. You know what? We're going to pause right there because right now we don't have any empty houses. So while they're building here, let's actually go here and tell them we have only 5 logs. Ooh. You can see most of our men is out fighting right now. That's why we can't really build a lot here. But we can fit 2. So let's get 2 of those in there. That's going to cost us 4 timber. That means they can build those, and then hopefully more families will move in. And actually, while we are back here, let's have this last family that did move in here. I'm just going to place you in the charcoal kiln so you can get working. There we go. Now, let's get back to the fight. All right, how is this Viking shield wall going to do against this? Looking pretty good. Oh, come on. In we go, boys. We'll go. Keep that stance. Keep that stance. I might switch to push forward very soon. But now it looks a lot better. We have the line going for us. So we're going to speed this up. We should take fewer casualties doing like this. Yeah, look at this. See. So if you get attacked or if you attack the first outlaws, do like this instead. Push forward. Yes, broke them. We lost 1 unit that time. If we were 20 out, I doubt we will actually lose any folks at all. Can we not do shield wall when we run? And just like that, we actually gained another bandit camp without using this. So now we actually got a pretty good start here. And I'm going to show you what you can do once you get the second bandit camp. Because we can still get even more mercenaries. This is the only exception where you actually send this to the regional wealth. From now, this point, after this, we're always going to send this to the treasury. So go and get this and send this to nearest town. Look at this, 139 regional wealth. Good, come here. I usually just put these in the town like this, so I don't forget about them. Make them run because I don't care if they're tired. And then I want to invest in a horse. All right, we're gonna keep an eye on the stable space as well. But getting a horse here in the livestock, they are gonna be able to transfer 50 items instead of, I think it's 10. I think a person can do. So they're going to do 50 items instead of 10. It's going to be much more efficient. We're going to make more money. And we're not doing very good with producing the stuff here. So you know what? I'm going to go in here again. I'm going to tell one of these guys to get more charcoal going because we're not doing good enough here. Now we have no more houses ready for moving into. So that's why we want to set up this timber area right away. Because getting timber is going to be crucial. And it's going to be something you want throughout the playthrough. So you can't really have too much timber, right? So get that going, and we're going to start making planks in this area as well. We're just going to get some folks moving in here first. And since we order a horse, let's also get this hitching posts. And this will be the new tree plantation area. So I'm just going to get oxen down right here next to this lodging camp. I'm going to place 3 right here. Actually, let's place a couple more. They're gonna be needed. I'm telling you. You can't have enough oxen. I think I'm an oxen addict, by the way. I often get comments that I have too many oxen. I disagree. You can't have too many oxen. Because they're free. They're no upkeep. Well, they're not free, but... Yeah, look at this regional wealth. So, in this as well. Now, since we have money, you want to go in here. We can't do it now, by the way. We need planks. Yeah, we need planks desperately. Well, I might actually get a plank going. So in the gathering tab, saw pit. I'm just going to place this down right here. This is what makes us the planks. Cost 2 timber. If you're wondering why this is slow, usually the case is... Oh, let's just pause right there. This is not good. The stocks are being damaged. Look at this. You go back to work. Because right now, once this is filled, spoilage system is just pushing us hard. Except if we got it in here, it's not going to spoil us much. So probably now we have some workers back doing their job. They should be able to pick this up. But yeah, we need the planks to get going. And that's probably why we don't get enough timber. Because some of these army members right here were probably off fighting. So yeah, there we go. Now they're falling trees. Getting those logs up and running. And if you're wondering why this is slow, well, it was because the army was here. But also because we don't have enough oxen. I'm telling you, it's going to speed up the process. Yeah, so get this up and running. There we go. That is now down. A family moved in at the same time. Perfect. I'm going to have this family free to get work going. Oh, that was pretty quick, actually. And then I'm going to move him in here so we can get more... Oh, you know what? We should get logs. So this family that is working here. Let's see where you are working or living. You're living in this house right here. So if you press on the marketplace, you can see that we might need more families in the storehouse because we have a pretty good setup right here. Look at this. They're not really emptying the charcoal. So what I want to do is I want to take this family right now to go in to the lodging camp. Go get those trees. Because right now they have to walk pretty far here. So that's going to speed up that process. And this family will go into the storehouse. And if you press the market now, you can see we're both green. And then on this tab, we can actually do relocate. And we can move this up for a future other lodging camp right here. Not now, but eventually we might get the third one right there. I usually go for 3. Hitching post, we should probably move those as well. And as you can see right there, we could buy another ox or another horse. What will I do? Well, I probably will get another horse. Because that's how we're going to make money. Charcoal is up at 69 right now. Pretty good. Should get this area going quicker, hopefully, very soon. And right now we do need more houses because, again, there's only one family that can move in here right now. So once we have timber, that is the first thing we will do. And to speed up this as well, we're not going to do this right now. I just want to show you guys that in the lodging camp, you can go to livestock and you can add an ox here the same way that we added a horse in the trading post. That way we would have a dedicated ox for this area. But right now, we can't really afford to do so because we don't have enough oxen. You can order these every 30 days. And now they just moved in here. Perfect. I'm going to get you into this lodging camp so we can get more logs. And I am going to build another house here because we are desperately needing more houses. I'm just going to do... Ooh, that's actually 2 family members. No, we don't want to do that. Can we just do this all the way there to that road and let's see how many we can fit. That is costing us 8, which we should be able to afford pretty quickly. And then 4 more families to this area. We want to plant trees in this area as well. So there is a lot more jobs that will be needed for this. So planting trees, we also need someone in the saw pit. And we do need another storehouse over here as well. So let's get those last 2 logs. And there we go. So let's get these down. I want to press one of these houses and like really prioritize that one and actually pause the other ones. Because we desperately need another family to move in right now. And they will, because happiness is pretty good. So finish this house first. And then once that is done, I'm just going to unpause the other ones. Chopping down trees, nice. We have 5 timber right now. So we want to plan for this area. So we want 1, 2, and then 1 on each side right here. I think that should be fine. 2 more timber for that. Look at that. They moved in already. So now get this one done. And this family is going to be placed in one of the logging camps. We desperately need logs quickly right now. So get to it. And we need 1 more of these forester huts right there. Not really sure if I want the saw pit right there. I can actually keep it there if I do a road like this. Then we can do a storehouse eventually. I'm not going to build it now, I think. Or maybe we should. Build the storehouse right there. And then the saw pit. We will have 2 of those. We're building a massive area right here for the wood production. I'm telling you, you will not regret it. Because there is a lot more stuff to build here. So you want the supplies. Alright, there we go. This is up. In this, though, we're going to tell these guys to not allow anything else. At least not now. Just allow planks, right? That's the only thing we want here. So we did uncheck everything here and just planks. That's the only thing we want. For now, we might change that later. And now when we did get another family... Oh, there. I need to pause these as well. But this family, I'm going to place into this saw pit right now. Because right now, we do need a lot of planks. However, we are going to tell these guys to keep this at a limit of like 20. And then don't make more. Because right now, we actually need the timber a lot more than the planks. Even though, you know what? Actually, I changed my mind. Because right now, we actually need the timber a lot more. Because we have winter now. And even though we do need the planks to build these farms, so we can get the food up and get these farming right here, they will not grow in the winter. So we're going to set that up after the winter, and that way we can get more houses up and running in this area. Let's see if we can prioritize this one. And then for more houses in this area, I'm just going to get a road here to connect here, and all this right here will hopefully be houses. Let's see if we can double check and see if that actually fits. All right, as you can see, that is giving us 7 slots, but all of them have this extra icon behind them. And since we have a lot of timber, we can actually place that down right now. So this will be enough for this timber area. And as you can see as well, look at the regional wealth. I forgot to mention that. We are making bank. And we're not making more oxen, so we should probably order some oxen. And you do that by just going in here. You can set up an animal trading post, which I might actually do so we can get enough oxen, because I'm telling you, it's going to be worth it. It's in the logistics tab, livestock trading post. Temporarily, just place that down right there. That way families will go and pick up those oxen for us, and we don't have to worry about it. Now, I'll pause this one so they can finish this one. And families right now need to go in and start planting trees, because these 4 families will chop down trees like never before. And we will soon not have enough trees here. But I think this is a pretty good start here. We have a lot of money, so we can actually buy all these extensions as soon as we get planks. We took out 2 bandit camps. And soon, I think it's time to start farming. Like real farming. That will be the main focus for this region. And that will be done in episode 2. So if you watched all the way to the end, thank you all for watching. Thank you all members that are supporting more than just watching this video. And if you want to become a member, you can grab your shield and join the shield wall by pressing join below this video. And again, go over to Discord. I would love to chat with you guys over there. And if you want to see the next video in this series, you're going to see that video on the screen right now. So keep your axes sharp, and I will see you in the next video.